Dear student, welcome to ACE Online, digital platform of ACE Engineering Academy. This is Dr.G Balaraju. Let me present a detailed video solutions for MPSC 2020. So, construction planning and management. So, before presenting the solutions, just let us have the overview from where we had questions. So, in this particular table, just I have presented the details. In network analysis, so we had two questions. So one question related to event numbering. So one question related to optimistic time. In quality control, there were three questions. So one question regarding reliability number. So one question related to cost of quality. That's a prevention cost, appraisal cost. And one question related to assurance, like how we assure the quality. Next, health and safety. In particularly in mines and construction industry, so there is a possibility of dust and particularly dust related issues like lung diseases. Okay. One question from lung diseases. And one question related to IS code, safety codes. So particularly for drilling and blasting. Under elements of metals management, that is inventory related. So what is the basis for a particular classification, like usage? So SDE, VED, ABC, such kind of classifications. Next, elements of scientific management. Under this elements of scientific management, we had a question, Henry Fayol proposed 14 principles under Taylor's scientific principles. So which are related to Fayol, like Henry Fayol related concepts. And types of organization. So there was a question from line organization. So what are the main features of line organization? And finally, construction equipment. This question related to cranes. So different cranes were given. So which is suitable for high-rise building? So one question from that. Just let us have the details. This question from PET analysis, optimistic time. So what is optimistic time in PET? So optimistic time is shortest possible time for activity completion. As we know that activity has three times. Optimistic, most likely and pessimistic. Optimistic means ideal conditions. Under ideal conditions, we can complete the work in less time. So optimistic time is always shortest possible time in which the activity can be completed. So coming to maximum possible time means it is actually related to pessimistic time. Most likely time, of course, so the most favorable conditions and normal condition. Maybe simply we can say normal conditions and the probability of getting most likely time is high. So what is the answer here? Shortest possible time. So optimistic time is always shortest possible time. So ideal working conditions. And when we see the pessimistic time, this one is worst conditions. And most likely time, normal working conditions. And how the values can be taken, T0 less than or equal to Tm, Tm less than or equal to Tp. So what is the answer? This is actually shortest possible time. So next question, event numbering. When events of a bigger network are numbered as 10, 20, 30, 40, etc. So what is the processing of numbering? Actually, event numbering, we use Fulkerson's rule. So, Fulkerson's rule is used for event numbering. According to Fulkerson's rule, the tail event number lesser than head event number. So, Fulkerson's rule is used for event numbering. So, this is known to us. So, what this rule says, as per this rule, as per the rule, tail event number less than head event number. Tail event number less than head event number. So, as a matter of this, what we do? So, I to j, dij. So, this is general representation. So, tail event is I, head event is this. This is actually start. So, tail event and head event. Okay, this is fine. So, I less than j. Then what about 10, 20, 30? Suppose if I give a 10, next 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, if I give like this. So, what is the advantage? In between 10 to 20, suppose we are including one more activity. In a bigger network, what will happen? There is a chance of inclusions and there is a chance of deletions. So, the network is getting modified. So, when we are trying to insert one new activity in between two events, now we have a provision. So, 10 to 20 means, so we may be using the events 11, 12, 13 up to 20. So, there is a possibility of including a few more events, 10 to 20. So, 11, 12, 13, you can keep on adding almost how many? Almost in between that, 9 events you can include. So, 9 events means many activities we can include. This is one provision. Another is when we have this progress like a 10, 20, so we can understand that the work is in progress. Even not only this, even I can go for 10.1, 10.2, 10.3. So, this is actually skipping. So, when we skip some numbers, then there is a provision for including a few more activities. So, in a bigger network, there is a need of including new activities. In such cases, we use skip numbering. Skip numbering means 10, actually 11 I have to give. Instead of taking 11, 12, directly I am going to 20. So, now I have a possibility of 11, 12, 13 in between. So, this process is known as skip numbering. So, what is the answer? Skip numbering, special numbering, prime numbering, ultimate numbering. Answer is option A. Suppose which rule we have to use for event numbering means, then I would have taken Fulkerson's rule. So, it's only the question related to numbering. So, what kind of system we follow while giving the numbers. Next. So, this question belongs to quality. In quality management system, the set of activities which builds confidence of both customers and managers and suggests that all quality requirements are being met. So, we are giving assurance. All quality standards are satisfied or reached, or we are satisfying the specifications. So, whenever you are ensuring something and you are giving confidence to the customers, not only customers, even internal. So, we may be having some kind of a belief, or maybe we had confidence regarding the product. So this is generally known as assurance. So you are giving guarantee, or maybe we have confidence. Confidence, assurance, same only. So quality concept, design quality, quality control, and quality assurance. So what is the answer here? Quality assurance. It is like a conformance. So we are giving the confirmation that we are maintaining standards. This is a quality assurance. In construction industry, the conformance cost associated with preparing instruction and checklist, drafting specifications, training of stop and work classified as. Okay, when we look at quality cost, so quality cost can be classified into 4 categories. Number 1, prevention cost. Next, appraisal cost. Internal failure cost. External failure cost. Quality cost can be classified into 4 categories: prevention cost, appraisal cost, internal failure, and external failure cost. Okay, when we look at first 2, prevention cost and appraisal cost, these are meant for avoiding defects. So the defective product should not be reached to the customer. The end user should not get any defective product. Suppose the defective product is found in the shop floor. So before delivery, we found the defective. So within the industry only, in the quality control check or in the checking, we have observed that one defective is there. The defective, we can correct it, rework, and we can make it as a scrap, and again you can go for a fresh work. That is known as internal failure cost. If the defective is reached to the customer, then the customer is going to ask a replacement, then compensation. That will become external failure. These are actually dangerous. So when defects are produced, so that is really one of the worrying factors. Coming to prevention and appraisal, so always we have to ensure that no defects are to be produced. No defects we have to produce. So 0 defects. As a matter of 0 defects, we have prevention cost. This prevention cost is always dealing with procedures and the quality management aspects, the TQM principles. So quality principles, like how to maintain quality, then how to avoid the defects. So what are the best practices? So what are the wrong practices? And we have a checklist, and we are providing training to the workers in such a way that in future they are not going to produce any defects, or they are not going to have any bad workmanship. Always we are encouraging the workers to have a good practice. So that is nothing but prevention cost. So prevention is better than cure. Okay, such kind of policy here. It's like quality principles, prevention cost means. Coming to appraisal cost, actually these are related to quality control. Like when you are producing something, then there is a need of inspection. So inspection, like a testing, and when we test the things, then we can understand whether we are meeting the standards or not. You are not meeting the standards, then again you have to go for a rework. That is only appraisal means, like we are giving assurance, like a quality control related. So appraisal cost includes testing and quality control procedures. So inspection cost, and even sometimes 100% inspection, sometimes sampling procedures. So whatever cost incurred in the testing and inspection, only this appraisal cost. And coming to prevention cost, these are actually what we can say, we are developing a culture, that is a prevention cost. So coming to the given data, preparing instructions and checklist, drafting specification, training is a keyword actually. The training and all these things will be under the heading of prevention cost. So training cost, cost of preparing manual, or maybe this. So all these are related to prevention cost. What about appraisal cost? Appraisal cost includes testing cost, inspection cost, quality control cost. Now, according to the given data, answer is option A. So prevention cost. So there is a little bit confusion with the prevention cost and appraisal cost. But right now, prevention cost means it is more than this appraisal and before, and when we have production or something. So before that, we must have the proper procedures. So whatever we prepare, so before production, that is nothing but always prevention only. So we are taking care. Okay, simply we can say precaution side. So before production or before having manufacturing or before having construction, so whatever practices we have, that is under the heading of prevention cost. So when you are having construction, when you have production, then whatever comes now, that is nothing but appraisal cost. So this question is related to reliability. In quality control, reliability for sampling of units is expressed as a percentage in the form of a reliability number. So what is reliability? Reliability is equal to 1 minus of probability of failure. So 1 minus probability of failure. That means we are assuring that, so it is not a defective one. It is a good one. We are assuring like that. Reliability. So we are building the confidence. Okay, simply what we can say, reliability is equal to 1 minus probability of failure. Suppose when you mention in terms of percentage, okay, this could be 100 minus, you can write. And what is the probability of failure? Okay, when you are checking something, so defects, how many defects you will get? So number of defects divided by total number of units you have tested. So when you see these particular options, from the options at least we can understand number of defectives divided by number of units tested, then you will get probability of having defects. So failure means, so defective is nothing but failure only. So this I can modify it as probability of producing defects. Probability of producing defectives. And in terms of percentage, this is actually probability, reliability in terms of like number. Reliability in terms of percentage, if I mention, no, so reliability number is equal to 100 minus percentage of producing defectives. So this can be written as 100 minus percentage of producing defects means number of units, number of defective units, number of defectives divided by total number of units tested, into 100. So actually this reliability number can be written like this: 100 minus number of defectives divided by total number of units. Then it is a percentage of defectives because we are multiplying with 100. So 100 minus means then you will get reliability number. So what is the answer here? 100 minus percentage of producing defectives or percentage of defectives. So what is the answer here? Option A. Suppose if you see this option B, number of insisted, this is wrong actually. Standard deviation not necessary, number of possible is also not necessary. So what is the answer here? Only 100 minus this. So this question related to safety code. So which IS code describes detailed precautions regarding safety measures for drilling and blasting operations? So there were codes. Okay, when you see the first code, IS 1456, actually this code is not available. We know IS 456, actually this code is meant for code for RCC. Code for RCC works. So IS 1456. And coming to IS 481, this is actually a appraisal related, auditing related actually. This one is audit related. It is not related to our construction site. Coming to IS 2023, like a 2023, this is actually related to metals and production related. It is no way concerned to construction field. So odd man out, like in general, you can directly choose IS 4081. So 4081 deals with safety measures in drilling and blasting operations. So what is the answer here? Option D, IS 4081. Next question, the occupational disease that results from the inhalation of specific dust to the construction works. In construction works, a lot of dust is accumulated. Similarly, coal mines, in mining works and earth moving works. So we may be finding a lot of dust. So due to dust, there is a possibility of only inhale and exhale problem, that particularly lungs diseases. Lung diseases will get. So according to lung diseases, just if you see, hearing impairment means like when sound comes, this is related to ear, and a muzzle when we have physical work or something, and this is totally different. Only the correct general pneumonia you know very well. So pneumoconiasis, this is actually a disease related to lungs. So pneumoconiasis or pneumonia type. So lungs related disease. Next question, identify which of the following inventory control policies classified on the basis of consumption rate of inventory and helps to control obsolescence. So in metals classifications, we have different classification methods. The first one, ABC classification, which is based on annual usage value. Next, VED, vital, essential and desirable, it is based on criticality of usage. Unit cost, like HML, high cost, medium cost, low cost, it is based on unit cost. FSN, fast moving, slow moving, non-moving, it is based on rate of consumption. So when we are talking about rate of consumption, it is actually FSN. Okay, so what is the basis for SDE? So SDE is based on basis. SDE is based on availability in the market, availability of stock in the market. Okay, scarcity is there, difficult to obtain and easy to obtain. VED, it is based on criticality of usage, criticality of usage or functionality. Next, HML. HML, it is based on unit cost. It is based on unit cost. And FSN, it is based on rate of consumption. Rate of consumption. So what is the answer here? FSN. Fast moving, slow moving and non-moving. Actually normally as given, but it is non-moving. So no consumption at all. Fast consumption is higher side. Slow moving means consumption is lower side. Non-moving means consumption is very, very less. Okay, such kind of analysis. So which among the following are the principles which belongs to modern management suggested by Henry Fayol? So Henry Fayol, modern management, he proposed 14 principles, and F.W. Taylor proposed scientific principles. So when we look at scientific principles, the first one, avoid thumb rules. So always you have to avoid thumb rules. And next, harmony, like a coordination in the group. So the team members must have some relationships and a group, like a teamwork type, and a harmony in the group. So scientific management, whenever scientific management comes, the first and foremost thing is thumb rules you have to avoid and maintain harmony in the team. So these are the key words related to scientific management. Okay, when you identify them now enough, then the remaining principles will be under the modern management. In this given data, obtaining harmony in group action. So when teamwork is involved, when people are working together in an organization, definitely that harmony is required. So this is related to scientific principle. Maybe it is a element of scientific management. Thumb rules you have to avoid. Replace thumb rules with signs. So these two are perfectly related to scientific management, proposed by scientific management and F.W. Taylor work. F.W. Taylor principles. Authority and responsibility, unity of command, these are related to two among the 14 principles. So part of 14 principles. Proposed by Henry Fayol. Henry Fayol proposed 14 principles. So these two are among them. So authority and responsibility, unity of command. So what about answer here? Only 3 and 4. So option D. Option D is the right answer here. Okay, first two statements perfectly related to scientific management. The remaining two are only related to modern management. So answer is option D. 3 and 4 related to modern management. Next. So this question belongs to organization. Which of the following statements are true for the line type of organization? Line or military organization, same. Line type organization means military organization. So don't forget, line organization. It is also known as military type organization. So what are the main features in military type organization? Okay, when you look at the features or merits. So what are the merits? The first and foremost thing is strong sense of discipline. Because when we have this military word, so immediately it is meant for only discipline. Strong sense of discipline. And one more important feature is like when we have discipline, then definitely unity of command, authority, clear-cut authority and responsibility. Since it is military, in military command, when the commander is giving command, then the low-level people, they have to obey. So no more argument. The soldiers, they have to listen to their commanders. So it is second, unity of command. And the third feature and important feature is clear-cut authority and responsibility. Clear-cut authority and responsibility. And the fourth one, quick decision making. Quick decision making. So decision making process is very quick because one boss is there, he is giving orders, then within no time executed. So, and even decision making is fast and execution is also fast, quick decision making. What are the drawbacks of line type organization? So, it is only the people are working and we are not identifying them as a group, and even they have any skill set, we are not able to identify the skill set, and moreover specialization missing in case of line type organization. So, these are the things related to line. Now, coming to the points, like whatever given, just analyze. These are easier to establish, yes, or quick setup and easy to establish, correct? There is no unity of control. Actually, unity of control is the main feature of line type organization. So, this is wrong. So, unity of control is definitely involved in line type organization. Decisions can be taken quickly, yes. So, quick decision making. Strong sense of discipline. So, what about answer here? 1, 3 and 4. So, answer is option B. 1, 3 and 4. Suppose if you take 1, 2 and 4, decisions can be taken quickly. Actually, 2, unity of control is a main feature of line type organizations. Remember, unity of control is a main feature. So, this is wrong. And all of the above wrong. Why? Because unity of control is missing. I am only revolving around only one point, important point. What is that important point for me? Unity of control. Unity of control is a main feature of line type of organization. So, I can remove even these things. Why option D I can remove? Actually, in this strong sense of discipline is only the main advantage in line type of organization. That point is missing. So, fourth point compulsory have to include. Okay, that's why even from the options also you can work out. Okay, so I repeat, discipline is there. So, discipline compulsory involved in line type of organization. That's why option D I can remove. Unity of command definitely involved. That's why I can remove option A. And when I am talking about unity of control is there, then I can remove even option C also. What is our leftover? Option B. When you are getting confused. Suppose easier to establish, quick decision making, you are getting any confusion. With the help of these 2 points, I can answer the question. So, which type of crane will you recommend for the construction of high-rise building? So, you know, high-rise building means a tower, just a tower only. You are building tower. So, directly you can answer tower crane. So, tower crane is the best. Okay, when you just look at this tower crane. So, this tower crane is meant for high-rise buildings. Next, truck mounted and gantry and crawler type. Just you see here. This gantry type, normally we prefer this in batch plants and particularly in blasting as a drill, particularly in what we can say, in industries, particularly in industries when we are having something like a granite or heavy components you are handling. Okay, there we use gantry type crane, and this is a particularly industrial purposes. Okay, in quarries and where you have granite polishing, there we use this. And coming to mobile crane, so truck mounted. So, when we have metro pillars or maybe bridge or precasting members you are handling or heavy components are lifting. So, in such cases we use this mobile type or truck mounted crane. Next, crawler, when we work in mud and where water deposits are there, in such cases then we use this crawler. So, crawler can move on any surface.